Welcome to my live stream here every Sunday. As long as I can get my act together. I'm in a good mood, guys. I am livid. The word is livid. Those of you who see me on Twitter will know why. It's because of the result of or from Strictly this week. Hi, Shanoa, how are you? You okay? What's up? Strictly. I'll wait until some more people come in because then I have to calm down. Hang on a minute. Huh? Can you please all tell everybody, give a shout out on Twitter that I'm live, please, if you wouldn't mind. Let me just put this in there. Right. Okay, and say I'm live and in a very grumpy mood. Very grumpy mood, it has to be said. Right, let's do this. I'm live. I'm sure everyone will be absolutely delighted that I'm in a grumpy old mood, but that's the whole thing with about going live, isn't it? You can talk to your friends, can't you? So that's what I want to do. I want to talk to my friends about Strictly and anything else that they want to talk about. I really don't mind. And guess what? I've got the wrong glasses on again, guys. So, hi, Danish. I'm guessing your names because I've got the wrong glasses on. Why am I so useless? I don't know. I really try. I've even put to calm myself down, guys. I've even put on a little candle and a little one over there. It's probably going to burn the place down. But who's that? Yeah, that's Danish. Right, hang on a second. I need to see if I can find me some glasses that I can read. Do you know, yesterday I think, do you know, I think I'm going to have a tidy up because the place has gone to rack and ruin. Do you think I have? No, I haven't. I haven't had a tidy up. So it's in a right mess and I keep thinking, oh, you've got to tidy up. Right, I'm going to try my glasses. Hang on a minute. Can I read? No. Right, okay. Which other ones can I try? These ones. It's ridiculous. The amount of glasses I've got, guys, is just ridiculous. Can you all hear me okay? I hope you can. Right, can I see out of these ones? No. I need to go in and get some that I can read the computer with. No, mind you, that might help if they were cleaned. We'll get there in a minute, guys. Just talk amongst yourselves while Jan finds out some glasses. No. Get there in a minute. Where are my other ones? Oh! Now, do these match? Yeah, they'll do. Yeah, I can see. Right, let's put that down. So, how has your week been? I hope your week's been good. Tonight, guys, we are going to talk, well, I'm led by you, but we're going to start with a program over here called Strictly Come Dancing, where in the States, I think it's called Dancing with the Stars. Same thing. I'm looking for my reading glasses. Guess where they were? Happens to me all the time. Wasn't it a disgusting result? Yeah, I'm not too late, Ollie. Right, I'm just trying to find my glasses so I can see what I'm reading. Guys, so, you know, I don't know whether it's the same on American TV, but over here, you always have the comedian dancers. Do you know what I mean? They can't dance, but people like them because they're entertaining. So, I have to say, I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight because I've got a funny voice again. I think I might be getting my cold back again. Oh, joy. Joy of joys. I just need to I feel like I need a sort of a duvet day, but I can't have one. There's too much going on. So, anyway, getting back to Strictly. So tonight we've still got one more comic dancer left in the competition. So tonight he's up against this other couple. I mean, to be totally honest with you, she wasn't wonderful. She wasn't. But she made an effort. She was dancing. Whereas the other guy, the comedian guy, was just clomping. There's no other word for it. Clomping, stomping about. He was just as a rabbit and he was clomping about. The other woman, I thought she would have quite a good following because she's on a popular soap. She's on a popular British soap over here. Anyway, she gets kicked out. And it's like, no, it's not fair. I don't understand. I do not understand how you've got 4 judges. You had one went for, stupidly, Craig went for Mr. Rabbit. The next judge went for the girl, you know, who was dancing. Okay, she wasn't great, but she was dancing. At least she was dancing. The second one then went for the dancer as well. So there was 2 2 against 1. Then they give it to the head judge and say, well, you have the last say. Why does she have the last say when it's already 2-1 for the other dancer? So she says, oh, well, I think Mr. Rabbit. So the dancer went home. I'm so angry about it, guys. I'm so angry. Yes, she does need to go. I feel that judge needs to go home. And guys, I think I'm going to show you, for those of you that don't watch it, I just want to show you this. Oh, hang on. You know how good I am on these things, but I'm going to try because I'm still really wound up about it. Get off. Why have I got my stick? I don't want Halloween stickers. Look, Halloween stick. I don't want Halloween stickers. Get off. Right, I didn't ask for you. Go away. Right, how do I turn this thing? It's not going to work very well, is it? Right, okay. Right, let me see. Calm down, Jan. Right, it's only a television programme. Right. Let me show you Mr. Stomper, who they put through. Okay. Right, where is he? Oh God, I'll bloody search everywhere for him now. I know he's normally on Strictly, aren't they? Right, let's look for Strictly and then it'll probably come on there. You're just gonna have to bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. Strictly Come Dancing. Oh no, I don't want to watch it live. BBC Strictly. Right, let's see if they show the rabbit dance. It wasn't even a particularly good rabbit dance. Oh, I can't find it, guys. It's not on here. No, I can't find it. That was them. Can you see that? But that's no good because you can't see him dancing. I wanted you to see the dancing. Anyway, so that's what I'm all flustered about. It's got me all flustered. It's got... Oh, shut up. So they've got rid of Johannes and Catherine. I mean, I must say, she did have a bit to learn, you know, but her dance was so much harder. And whereas he was just stomping about. How is stomping about like a 4-year-old dancing? It's not dancing. It's not. Let's see what you've said. How is she head judge? I've no idea. Oh, that's nice of her, Shanoa. Katja tweeted at you to say hi. Oh, that's nice. Oh, no, it's just Shirley wanted Kath out tonight, made it obvious. Do you think that's what it is? I mean, you know me, guys. I never use the race card. I never do. But, it does make you wonder. And I've been... I don't know how long I'm going to do this tonight, guys. It does make you wonder. And, I've had to really bite my tongue because I'm just so angry about it, because it sort of spoils the whole show, really. When you got, I mean, in the past, I've quite liked the comedy acts, but when it gets to the point where they're being saved over somebody who can actually dance, that's when I think it's wrong. And that's what I think's happened tonight. I mean, yeah, Catherine did need to dance a lot better, but she still was, miles ahead of somebody who was stomping around like a 5-year-old dressed in a bunny outfit. That's the end of it. Craig needs to go and replace the guy who was in last week. Yes. And be replaced by, what's his name? Oh, Fresh Prince guy. I've forgotten his name. Awful show last night. Yeah, worst Halloween. It wasn't a very good Halloween, was it? I didn't think it was a very good Halloween either. Seeing once was bad enough. Yes. The dancing is at the end of the clip. What clip? Mike is so boring. No personality. My 2-year-old dances better than that. Do you know? It's just, I just think it's really, really unfair. And I don't like unfairness. I don't like it. Katja getting on my nerves all the time. Over the top drama queen. Yeah, well, you know what I think of Katja. Do they want Mike to make it to Blackpool and boot him out then? Maybe. Craig admitted he wants Mike at Blackpool. Oh. Yeah, see, I think a lot of people probably think the same as you, right? When these type of things happen, it turns a lot of people off the programme because it's unfair and nobody wants to watch a programme that's been judged badly, do they? I don't. God's sake. Oh, guess what I did, guys? I mended my chair. Did it all myself. Hey, go me. Can you believe it? I'm just trying to shuffle up a bit. There you go. That's better. Yeah, so I'm all flummoxed. I'm grumpy. I'm annoyed. I've got a headache. I've got a blooming throat. I'm going to have to start on the strepsils again. Ratings were very bad, were they? I'm not surprised. I mean, when they kicked out Dev and Diane, who were they dancing against? Alex Scott is overmarked. I didn't think her dance was that great. Oh no, I hope they don't call it a day. I hope they don't call it a day. I like the programme, but they need to sort out the scoring. It's just ridiculous. Come on. I had a scarf around my head, but I looked like an African, and I thought, I'm not feeling this look. And the scarf was too long, so by the end it would have been down there, and I thought, no, I'm not going for that look. Oh dear. Mosty. Yeah, she's good. Mosty, is it? What's her name? Motsy. Motsy, not Moisty. Do you know Motsy is an anagram of moist? Just thought I'd put that out there. Anyway, so I need to calm myself down. Chill. Michelle was the best last night. She was so good. I watched it over and over, her dance. I thought it was so good. It was brilliant. Loved it. I only marked Alex only because Kev replaced Neil. I wonder if Will's going to be well enough to come back. What do you think? I hope so, because he's really enjoying it. Oh, right. So Dev... Right, so when Dev and Diane were in the final, were they up against Mike? Saffron over Mart. I quite like Saffron. I've been watching AJ's Doobry What's It. I can't think straight now. See, I'm all of a muddle. My boys aren't in. Mind you, they're not going to be interested in it. We're all Brits in tonight, aren't we? I look at things. The top 3 should go through next week. No public vote, and the bottom one automatically goes to the dance-off. And the rest get voted by the public. I don't think this public thing really... I don't know. I don't know if I believe this public voting business. I've no idea where the boys are. No idea. I gave them a shout. They'll turn up in a minute. It does make you wonder whether it's fixed, doesn't it? I have to be said. And that Shirley Ballas. Listen, I've even got me a slice of cake. I said to the team, I've got to go live now. Please get me some birthday cake. Look. There's no way. Look at that. See? There's no way I can eat all that. There's so much cream on it. That's my granddaughter's 10th birthday cake. It was lovely. If you want to see it, have a look on my Instagram. If you want to see what they got up to. Oh, bless her. She's 10 and she had all her little friends round. I think there was about 4 of them. Came round and had a sleepover. But they had like a jar. They had like a onesie thing. Where did they go? I can't even think straight. Oh, that's it. They went to, there's a woman sort of locally that has got a spa, or what do they call it, jacuzzi in the garden. So they went to this jacuzzi party last night, or yesterday afternoon. I had to do some ferrying around. And so you got all these little 10-year-olds being treated like ladies, and they loved it. They really loved it. And then afterwards we went for a meal and they were all in their onesies. God love them. So gorgeous they are. So, yeah. So, but her actual birthday is on Wednesday. So, yeah, we're doing something else with her Wednesday. I'm not sure what we're doing. I think we're playing bowls, and then I think we're going for Wagamama's. Something like that. So, yeah, I've got like an exciting week this week. So I just hope my throat doesn't get any worse. I've just got to stop talking, really. That's the truth of the matter. I haven't watched one X Factor programme. The cream is my favourite. Do you know what? My daughter gave me so much of it. It was huge. Apparently, the woman that did the party, she orders the cake. You can get her to order the cake. So she ordered it. And it came from Costco. Well, I tell you what, it was enormous. Blooming huge. So, hang on. If I get my phone, I might be able to show you. Because you're really interested, aren't you? Just say yes. Just say yes. Let me get the phone. Try not to fall over here. So much rubbish here. Right, stop moaning, Mother. Get on with it. Right. Right, here we go. Here we are again, happy as can be. Right, okay. This is how big the cake is. Lovely, lovely, lovely cake. Don't know where those boys are. I won't talk to them when they come in. I'll just ignore them because they're always letting me down. Right, I'll look at that in a minute. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, my granddaughter's birthday. Oh, so cute. Hang on. Right. Now, if I go on Insta, then I'd be able to show you the cake. Because you all want to see the birthday cake. I know you do. Right, where is it? Oh, there it is. There. Can you see it? It was huge. And the daughter only cut me a little bit off the side, but there's so much of it. And last night I had a bit while I was watching. What was I watching? I was watching Strictly. And I couldn't eat all the cream. There was just too much of it. But I'll show you something else. See, on my Insta, I love to do like little stories. You know, on the stories, I like to go on there and sort of do things. I'm just rambling, guys. Just not in a good mood now. But I wasn't going to let you down and not come on. Right, hang on. There. Oh, I don't know if it'll still be on there. Hang on. Hang on. Shut up. It's not on there. It'll be on. You're just another part of me. People are already doing their Halloweeny things, aren't they? But it's not Halloween yet. It's not Halloween until next weekend, is it? Because my daughter's birthday is the 30th. So, my granddaughter. So it's the day after that. So that's Friday. Right, hang on a minute. Just another part of me. Well, did I put it? Oh, I can't go through all of them. There's too many of them. Oh, I don't know what I wanted to show you anyway. Just wanted to show you a picture of her. Shirley is getting a lot of hate on Twitter. Well, I'm not surprised. Good. I'll give her a lot of bloody hate on Twitter, I tell you. Nasty piece of work. I'm enjoying EastEnders. I wouldn't say I'm enjoying it. Oh my God, it's so it's just so violent. I don't do violence. I don't like watching violence, and it's very dark at the moment. I don't like it. Shirley is so arrogant on Twitter. Of course she is. She thinks she's wonderful. She's not. Bit over the top. Too much Ben and Callum kissing for me. Producer too busy filming that for a good storyline. I don't think it's over. There's too much of it. Boo to you too, Vanessa. I saw a ghost at the haunted house. Did you, Rye? How do you know it's a ghost? Ben is so weak. Martin can batter him easily. Always needs his henchmen with him. Yeah, but that's the problem, you see. I mean, I keep thinking that. I keep thinking, oh, Martin, grow some. You know, tell him to shove it. But he could hurt Martin's family. I just don't like the story. It's horrible. I don't like it. It was huge, Shanoa. I don't know how you're going to get rid of it all. Oh, you've got some nice emojis up there, Vanessa. That's lovely. Thank you. Can everyone say hi to Vanessa, please? I call you Vanessa, but I realise it's Vancy, isn't it? Vance. I'll call you Vanessa. It's easier. Corrie was amazing. I don't watch him, mate. I don't watch Corrie. Halloween is on Thursday. Yeah, I know. I know it's on the 31st of October, but a lot of people on social media are already putting things up, aren't they, about Halloween? I don't really do anything on Halloween. I mean, I could put a pumpkin out there, but I can't be bothered because I think, what am I going to do with the pumpkin afterwards? So I really, I don't bother. Yeah, me too. Have I been watching Great British Bake Off? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I think Steph's going to win that Great British Bake Off. What do you think, guys? It is Vanessa. You just missed that one letter. I thought, when I was reading it, I thought it was Vanessa, but I'm blind as a bat. So, yeah. So, guys, I don't know where you are, but the weather is crap here now. Eliminate it. 9 degrees we had today. Cold. I don't like it. Oh, I saw your cat. So I adopted my cat on Tuesday. She's an absolute beauty, and she's currently running around the room getting in a huff because she wants her dinner, but has forgotten she's already eaten. Oh, bless her. What have you called her? She's beautiful, isn't she? She's grey and white. No, she's white and grey. Help! Help me! Help me! Sunny today. You went to the beach? God, I didn't go to the blooming beach. You think she's hot, do you, Brandon? Her name is Patch, and she's a white and grey. Told you. I said she was grey and white, didn't I? Tortoiseshell. She's a domestic short hair. Beautiful. I saw her and I thought, oh my God, she's lovely. She's really lovely. I've only ever had a long-haired cat, and she was called Fluff, and she was a bit of a maniac, but she was just adorable. She was like black, all black she was, and yeah, we called her Fluffy Cat. She was lovely. Aska's just naughty. In the summer I used to leave the window open, the top window, for her to go out, come and go as she pleases, because I haven't got a cat flap or anything. But I can't keep leaving it open all the time, and she's forever up at the blooming window trying to get out. It drives me nuts. And then I let her out, or I open the window, and she just sits there like that. So I say to her, you going out or what? You're just going to sit there looking outside. So then I close the window, and she's like looking like that again. Cats. I'd rather have a cat any day of the week, though. Oh, your cat is 14. Oh, how old is she, Ollie? She looks young. How old is she? And you've got a cat called Tinkerbell. You two squabbling about Ashley Roberts. And my daughter's got to take her car to get done tomorrow. I've got to be up early just so that I can pick her up because she's got to drop it in. Her car is, I think it's the same age as mine, which is about, I don't know, 7 years old. Not old, is it, for a car? What's mine? 11, and we're now in, what are we in, 19? Make sure one day I get through my life doesn't it? Anyway, she heard a noise in the engine or something, went to get it looked at, and she needs a new blooming gearbox. New gearbox and clutch. £1,700 if you don't mind. It's not even an old car. So I'm thinking, oh God, please don't let anything go wrong with my car. Oh, she's 3 years old. Oh, my cat's about 3. I didn't get mine from a rescue centre. I got mine through Facebook. My daughter saw this ad where some woman was saying that she needed a new home for her cat because her son was allergic or something. So my daughter found it, and I just lost my other cat. So my daughter sort of said to me, "Oh, Mum, there's a cat going. You know, I've said we're first in line for it." So I said, "Oh, great. What's it look like?" And I thought, I mean, normally I don't care what cats look like, to be honest with you. I just like cats. I'm not keen on next door's one. You know, I don't like a dishevelled looking cat. Do you know what I mean? I like a pretty cat. Anyway, so when I saw her, I thought, oh yeah, she's wonderful. So we've got her. She's 4, apparently. But do you know what? The woman didn't even know how old she was. And she said, oh, I think she's had 3 lots of litter. And I thought, she's tiny. She looks like a baby herself. And when we got her, I remember when I went to collect her, they couldn't find her. She was hiding under the sofa. So that should have been a good sign, really, of what was going on there. There was a little boy that was running around, and I'm sure they had a little yappy dog as well. So this poor cat, when I brought her home, she shot straight under the sofa, and I didn't see her for hours. And I thought, oh my God. And she was so nervous, such a nervous cat. And now she's not nervous at all now, but she's still sort of, she can be a bit jumpy sometimes. But I just think, I don't think she had a very good time of it in the other house. Maybe because they'd got a dog as well, or maybe it was a little boy wouldn't leave her alone. Because what I found was when I fed her, and she still does it to this day, if she's eating and I happen to sort of just brush past her or something, she sort of runs off. So I think she was just sort of, you know, perhaps had a bit of a hard time of it in her other home. So she has it easy here. And she's not nervous anymore, so that's good. I don't like it when they're nervous. You know, I always think, oh, I couldn't have had a very good time. But she's so friendly as well. She really is very friendly. I mean, she talks to all the neighbours and everything and goes up and chats to them. Actually, I'm surprised she's not in. She's probably at the door thinking, why has she shut me out of here? No, I'm not keen on furless cats either. Let's read up from there. When she cuddles up on your lap and starts purring, it makes it. Yes, absolutely. Oh, she's your first cat. And I'm registered guardian, so being responsible for another creature's life can be a bit overwhelming. Oh, she'll be fine, Ollie. She'll soon be in charge. They normally get in charge. Let me see if I can find my naughty one. Oh, she's probably thinking, where are you? Have you gone out? I should be in a minute. I thought she was just outside the door. Maybe she has gone out of the window. Who knows? Yeah, I wouldn't worry. She'll be fine. Cats do look after themselves. They're not as dependent on you as dogs are. That's for sure. It's raining on Halloween. I've had loads of cats. It's probably a lot easier than looking after a dog. Oh, you introduced her to your dog. Oh. Oh, that's nice to hear, Brandon. Having a dog makes your life happier. Oh, that's lovely. They even, what? I must say, yeah, they even sat together in the living room earlier watching the Attenborough. Did they? Cats much easier than dogs, they are. The only animal I have in my house is my hubby. I try to like furless cats. They're not the nicest looking, but I feel sorry because no one likes them. I know. When Jan squeaked, Patch just stared up from her nap in surprise. Oh, bless her. Oh, yeah, I'm a proper cats woman, cat person. I love cats. Over the years, I've had quite a few cats, and I had one instance where my cat had kittens, so we had even more, and she had about 4 of them. Yeah, must say, oh, I don't watch that anymore, Brandon. The Chase, I've given up on that. We used to watch it actually a few years ago. We always used to watch it when it was on at tea time, wasn't it? About 5 o'clock, but I haven't watched it for a while. David Attenborough makes you sad. Why? I love watching the animal programs, but I don't like it when they start eating each other. Do you know what I mean? I hate it when they're like chasing after. Oh, I hate it when the lions are chasing after like the giraffes because I love giraffes, and I love big cats as well. Watching Attenborough on a 4K TV is the most wonderful thing. It's like watching a TV demo in the shops. Absolutely gorgeous. Sad music. I've not noticed that. I've not noticed that, Rye. And they tell you what animals are dying. I find it fascinating. I just think I love it. I love it. And, you know, I've got a big screen, so it's really nice when you can feel like you're there. Do you know what I mean? What was that one? They did a panda bear one, didn't they? Not a panda bear, twonk. A polar bear one a while ago. I didn't realise how vicious they are. The thing is, you don't realise how vicious they are, do you? Because you see them on there and you think, oh, they're so cute. And then you see the babies and you think, oh, they're lovely. But oh God, can you imagine if you came across one? I love watching the behind the scenes. Yes, I do too. Explain how they got the cameras in place and that. They normally tag that on to the end of the programme, Ollie. I like that. It's really interesting, isn't it? And the thing some of these firemen, I was going to say, the thing some of these photographers have to do and videographers have to do to get some of these shots, it's incredible. I love it when they follow a family. I don't know why I'm making this cake. I love it when they follow a family and you can see the animals getting older. But some of them, I think it's really sad when some of them, they're just born to die, aren't they? It's like those, are they guillemots? And the parents have them sort of on the top of a cliff, and then after a while, they fly off. So the poor guillemot, is it guillemots? Yeah, sorry about that, Shanoa. It was just to cheer me up. Plus, we've got so much cake to get through. The poor guillemots have to jump off the cliff, and They just come bouncing all the way down. And then even if they survive that, there's a chances are a fox is going to come running after them and scoop them up. It's awful. Planet Earth, yeah, I like that. What? Oh, on Planet Earth too? Where would I say that? Do you know what? I've had this TV. How long have I had it? Been here 2 years, 4. So I've probably had this TV about 4 years, something like that. I've only just realised I can watch BBC iPlayer on it. I knew I could watch YouTube on it, and I do watch YouTube on it sometimes, but not myself. I don't want to see this on a 42-inch TV. No, thanks very much. Anyway, but I do watch. I like, because you know I like aviation, so sometimes if there's nothing on, I put on an aviation video, and some of the videos, they have like a webcam. Probably sounds really boring, but they have a webcam at London Heathrow, and they show you all the planes coming in and landing. And because it's been really windy, or taken off, because it's been really windy, there's been a lot of crosswind landings and go arounds and things. I love that. And on the big screen, it's great. The only thing I don't like is there's no sound on it. Now, I know, I do realise why there's no sound, because sometimes I watch Plane Spotters and all you can hear is the wind, and that's, you know, can sort of get on your nerves. But there's no greater sound than hearing an aeroplane coming down and then switching his engine so that he's like, you know, getting ready to land. Is just amazing. And then when they land, they put the thrust reversers on. Love it. But anyway, going on about that again. No, don't do that, Roy. Don't do that. Watch me on blooming HD TV. Stop it. God, I never watch me on TV. Never. Yeah, I bet that was interesting. The lion. Did you know there's no such thing as a panther? No, I'm going to get this all wrong now. My memory's so bad, guys. I remember I learned something and then I try and sort of relay it and then I've forgotten half of it. We had that discussion the other week anyway. Please don't watch me on the TV. I can't bear it. Please don't watch me on the TV. Please don't. Oh dear. Frozen Planet is also pretty great. I love all the David. Is it David Attenborough or Richard Attenborough? I never get it right. I just call it Attenborough. What question was on the chase? What? I was on TV show once, but they cut me out in the edit. Oh. What TV show was it? I must say, whenever I'm in bed and too lazy to switch on the computer, I do chuck your live on my TV as well. Oh, please don't. About panthers. What did they ask about panthers? That there is no such thing as a panther. We were talking about that last week, weren't we? What we call a panther is really a leopard or a jaguar. Yes, that's absolutely right. Oh, hello, Letty. How are you? You've come over to the pleasure dome. I'm in a right foul mood, Letty. But unlike other people, I don't tell other people off in the chat. I just like have a moan to myself. Leopards are beautiful. I love all those big cats. I love them. Have I shown you this? Hang on a minute. It's a shame because I bought this little man some time ago because I thought he was wonderful. Look, can you see all his markings? And I thought, oh, he's gorgeous. But the sad thing is, I've got nowhere to put him. So he sits over there. Over by the blind. He gets lost by the blind. Nobody pays any attention to him. And I was so careful. I like to look at their face. Look at his face. He's got a nice face, hasn't he? I think that's a female. I shouldn't call it a he. He's even got some blooming dust on him now. But isn't he gorgeous? So I don't know where to put him, guys. I don't know where to put him. I'm rubbish. Right. I'm getting hot under. Oh, I've got people answering me on Twitter about this. Shirley Ballas. Oh. Twitter. Twitter. Live. Oh, Shanoa. No, don't look at me on the big screen. No. Snowman will be out soon. When should we bring him out? When should we bring Sebastian out? Well, Gary's only just woken up. I don't know where Dre is. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, Jan, not been up long and had to eat and take meds. Okay. Hey, that's the trouble about being like different times. All our clocks went back last night, which was great because I thought, oh, I'll get an extra hour in bed. The problem is I go to bed so blooming late. The snowman comes out in December. Okay. That poor snowman last year. What are you talking about? I look after my snowman. Put him behind Georgian's review sign. I can't because my flowers are there. My flowers. I like my flowers. Look at these. Look how pretty they are. Don't you think they're gorgeous? I think they're lovely. So yeah, that goes there. So I can't put him. He's not going to fit there, is he? Hang on a minute. What there? He's just going to look silly there, isn't he? You can't even see it. Look. You can't even see his face. There. See? No, he can't go there. The problem is also, my house is mainly, although I do like the old bling, it's mainly silver. So I don't know what possessed me to get a gold one. You walloped that poor snowman on the head. I know. It's all right, though. He even forgave me. He knows I don't mean it. What happened to the brothers? I wonder what happened to the brothers. I think they found someone else to keep them occupied, keep them amused. The OG Jan crew, Mason, Rye, Brandon, Claire, Dwayne and Tam. Oh, no, I don't think they were fake fans. People move on. You know, that's the whole thing about YouTube, you know. People move on, don't they? That's fine by me. I don't mind. I know I'm not to everyone's taste. Good grief. So what plans have you all got for next week? Give him a name and set him on your desk so he can be my co-host. Oh, I don't know if there's room for him on my desk. Let's see. Oh, you mean him? Right, you want to sit here? You can't see him. There. He'll have to go there, which is sort of in the... I mean, it's not worth it, is it? He needs to be sort of up higher, doesn't he? There. There. But anyway, the light's not... No, the light's not good on him anyway. But never mind. Who's going out next week for Halloween? I won't move on from you. Oh, thank you, Rye. I need to fill out my UCAS uni application. What joy. Oh, God, the teen had to do that. I know, it's a pain. It's not too difficult. He managed to do it. You don't celebrate Halloween? I think it's mainly kids, isn't it? Or if you get invited to a party. Why am I eating this bloody cake? So what else do we want to discuss? Do we want to discuss anything else? 50 minutes has gone by and I've still got my voice. Oh, how's your job? How's your job, Rye? Was it all right? You did well getting another job so quickly, didn't you? The course I'm applying to requires some silly showcase of skills. Oh, but you've got skills. My sissy's quite young, so she goes trick-or-treating, yeah. My grandkids go. When my kids were younger, it wasn't that huge a thing. So I remember they went out a few times, but it wasn't as big as it is now. They changed their mind working on Sundays. Oh, that's good. So is it in retail, Rye? You in retail? What course are you thinking of doing, Ollie? I just stay in and answer the door. Scaring little kids is my guilty pleasure. My son Sterling says hi. Hello, Sterling. What a lovely name. I like that. That is a really nice name, Sterling. Very manly name, isn't it? It's nice. The course is contextual media analysis studies, which isn't as terrifying as it sounds. For the showcase, I need to write an analytical essay about a movie or a TV show. Oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds really interesting. How old are you, Sterling? We don't get any trick-or-treaters, don't you? I don't, because I don't put any pumpkins out. My granddaughter said to me, Nan, I don't think I'm going to bother putting any, I don't think I'm going to go trick-or-treating because then I miss everybody coming to our door. I said, that is true. So I don't know what she's going to do. But I probably won't bother. The course is supposed to train you to become a critic or a reviewer of sorts. Thinking of also doing a doctorate so I can attend the big events like Cannes Film Festival and all that stuff. That sounds amazing, Ollie. I could see you doing that. That's really good. That's really good. Because you like all the I know what I'm trying to say. You like all the sort of how things are done, and you like the sort of graphics and the real sort of nitty-gritty things on media, don't you? But if I do decide to get a doctorate, I'll be in studies until you're 27, 28. Oh, wow. Yeah, but how can you afford to do that, though? You're going to be able to afford to do that, Ollie? Mind you, it will be worth it if you can. Good grief. That's a lot of studying, but you'll get a great education for that. EHCP, what does that mean? Educational higher... if I only have to fund those 2 years. That's good, though, isn't it? Ask us in. Come on, then. Come on and annoy Mummy. Did you hear her? She's a real talker. Come on. Come and see Mummy. What happened? Those nasty cats after you. Were they? Come on. Come and see Mummy's friends. Don't claw that chair. She gets on my chair, the chair that I actually upholstered myself, and she claws at it. Really makes me cross. because I'm not going to be able to do that again. Shall we go and get her and say hello? Right, come and say hello to everybody. And tell them that you're a naughty cat. She's been out there with all the boy cats. We've got George on one side of us. Say hello to the people. There she is. Isn't she pretty? We've got George on one side and we've got Prince on the other side. We don't like Prince though, do we? Prince isn't very nice. Prince chases her. Whereas George, well, George hasn't been here very long. And he's a beautiful cat. He's grey and white and he's got a bit of tabby in him as well. Right, you want to get down now? Do you know what she does? She gets up onto my desk and parks herself on my keyboard. Drives me nuts when I get to move the. No wonder my computer's not working half the time. She's pressed all the buttons. Are you going to sit with Mummy? Come on then. You sit with Mummy. Come on. Ha ha. Get your claws in. Go on then. Off you go. And don't claw. Yeah, so that's Asker. That's Asker. We don't the course is supposed to do okay. It's educational healthcare plan, yeah. Okay. Basically, it's a legal statement that all my educators have to sign saying they have the facilities to support me and my special needs. That is really good. That is good. It also means I get state funding for certain education programs. It was a pain to get, but it's really opened up a lot of doors. That is excellent. Your parents must be really on the ball to get that. That's the thing, you see. A lot of parents don't understand what what they're entitled to get for their children, especially as far as education's concerned and further education. It's easier when you're in primary and secondary sector because everybody knows about that and you can get your own educational program. What's it called? ELA or something? I don't know. I've forgotten. But yeah, once you get older, I think some parents don't realise that they can still get help to get their child further educated in college and then onto university. So that's amazing. That's really good. I'm really pleased. I don't say you're too thick to do that, right? Because you don't know. You haven't tried. And although you might not be very good at that, you might be good at something else. So don't call yourself thick. I'm sure you're not thick. It took so long to get and was a real pain. Yeah, I bet it was. Not only that, but a lot of schools don't follow the EHCPs that well, which leads to many issues and incidents with teaching staff. Yeah, I can imagine. I know what it's like. Trust me, I know what it's like. Got learning problems. Yeah, did you get help when you were at school though, Rye? You never know what you will be good at unless you try. Absolutely, Shanoa. That's what I always say. I mean, I knew students when I was working in school, some students were on the spectrum and weren't particularly good at one subject, but in other subjects, they were spot on. They were very good. Yes, but the learning support system wasn't very nice. You were very unlucky then. But maybe, I mean, how old are you, right? 24. If you decided to go on to further education, though, you should look into what help you would get for further education, because I'm sure you could get it. Don't count yourself off or cut any possibilities off. You can always get help. It's just knowing who to speak to. You know, maybe go to your local college, look at some of the courses that they have in the college, and look at what they offer. Each college has their own learning support department as well. And also, so do universities. So if you got onto them and said, look, you're thinking about doing some more education, you'd like to further your education, but you would need help. Were you statemented, Rye? Oh my God, 8 till 11 p.m. Couldn't do that. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Shanoa. I worked with students with learning difficulties for 8 years, so I know, you know, the capabilities of some of them and how it is possible to get help. The staff at this one school used to gossip saying I was a what? I was psychopathic. Like, no, I needed to be bloody sponsored right by people or supported right by people who actually do their jobs correctly. You know, that's just awful. That's just dreadful. Dreadful. The problem is, you know, in reality, it's like, you know, my mantra in life is the world is a stage and all the people on it merely players. And some people take their roles very seriously and other people don't. And it doesn't mean anything to them. They're there for the wrong reasons. They're there because it pays good money, or they're there for the long holidays. They're not there because they want to help students. They're not there because they want to help people with learning difficulties or students with learning difficulties. And that's the same, you know, sadly, life is like that. And, you know, it's like with doctors, you know, some doctors aren't very caring, you know, and you think, oh, they've got terrible bedside manner. But it's across the board, guys, and that's why that's my mantra really, because I believe that you know, we're all players and we take on different roles, and some people do it for the wrong reasons. She never let you write. That's awful that they should say that, Ollie. There was the one school that straight up said to me and my parents I didn't have autism and just wasn't being raised right. Oh, what? What? I can't believe that. That's awful. Yeah, I know you boys have been through a lot, haven't you? I didn't just leave school for the final year. Just because the school, I was very depressed whilst there and had a severe eating disorder. How are you doing now, Brandon? I digress. School sucked, but I wouldn't change anything about my experiences. At the end of the day, it's made me a stronger and better person. School system in the UK are pretty bad. I think it's a bit like a lottery. It's a bit like you know, like the National Health used to be. You know what they call the postcode. What do they call it? Lottery. That's it. It's a bit like that, and you could be in an area where the schools are very good and the education system is very good in that area, but then in the same breath you could be in an area where it sucks, you know, it's rubbish. So it's just awful. You're okay, are you, Brandon? I'm really pleased to hear that. That's good. So you've had help, have you? You getting help? So you were statemented then, Rye. If you were statemented, then you should, by rights, be able to get help in further education. We were supported. We were reported social services 3 times in the space of 1 year and got into a severe state. Why was that though? Why were you reported? Oh, that's dreadful. You should have come to my school. I'd have looked after you guys. Tell you. I would have looked after you. I can't stand that. But I know from working in a school, I know how schools work, and I know that, you know, some people shouldn't really be there. Put it that way. I bumped into an old school boy, don't know what to call him, one of my old pupils just the other week, and with his mum, and oh, I worried so much about this boy. He'd come from inner London and from like a gang sort of community, and his mum had sort of left with her 3 sons in the hope of giving them a better life. But it took him, he was older, I think he was about 14, 15, and so he was able to travel. So every weekend he'd go back in on the train back into London and still get up to his old ways, you know. But I used to sit with him and I used to chat with him, and I used to sort of, you know, just sort of tell him that, you know, life is worth, just get your education because you need that. And I used to just chat with him. I can't remember exactly what I used to say, but I used to always look out for him. And anyway, he got suspended once from school for doing something stupid. I told you that story, haven't I? Anyway, so I fought to get him back into the school, and I did manage to get him back into the school with the help of a couple of other nice teachers, or learning support in the learning support department, because he actually wasn't on our books, but he needed help. So anyway, I saw him the other day, great big scar on his head. I said, well, what have you been doing? Are you still fighting? That's how I talk to them. I just talk to them like they're like, not like they're friends, but you got to talk to them in a certain way, you know, because don't talk down to them because they have enough of that as it is. So anyway, so I saw him the other day in the supermarket, and it was lovely to see him. And I still, you know, spoke to him the way I used to speak to him. And I said, "What are you up to? You up to no good?" And he said, "No, I'm all right, miss." So I said, "So what's that great big scar there?" I said, "You've been fighting again, have you?" And he's, "No, miss, no, I haven't." I said, "Yeah, all right. You walked into a door or something, did you?" And his mum was there, and she was really quite sweet, and she thanked me. She said, you know, when he was, I nearly said his name then, when he was, you know, kicked out of school, he told me that you saw him a couple of times and were trying to get him back in, and I do really appreciate it. And I thought, you know, what they need, teachers are a different breed, guys, you know, and I don't know what breed they are. I really don't. They're not my breed. Some of them forget what it's like to be a child, and some of them haven't sort of had to struggle growing up, so they don't know how, you know, some of these kids think. And yeah, so it was really nice to see him. And I always remember one day I really wanted to give him a hug, and I thought, can't give him a hug, can't give him a hug. But I really wanted to, because I'm that kind of person. I'm very tactile. And actually, I think I did. And then I said, please don't tell him. I said, I'll get in trouble. But I just felt so sorry for him. I said, oh my God. But anyway, yes, I saw him the other week. And there's another one that I see quite regularly.
This is from YouTube.
What? Get off. There's another one that I see quite regularly who actually cuts my son's hair, and he still calls me miss, and, you know, hello, miss. And it's quite funny because sometimes when he's talking, like once we were in there, I was really embarrassed. He said to one of the other barbers in there, he said, oh, that's Miss from school. She used to help me out at school. And I said, yeah. And I bet they thought, whoa, that crazy one there. But he was lovely. He's all right. You know, what people, you know, what people forget the humane side of, I know it sounds silly, but, you know, I think sometimes teachers forget the humane side of their job. Whereas because I was able to work one-on-one a lot of the time, I could, form more of a relationship with the kids, which I enjoyed. I never had any problem with the kids. The problem was with the staff. Oh, Jesus, don't even get me going on that. Anyway, I'm just going to read this bit and then I'm going. I'm surprised I've still got a voice. Yeah, some teachers shouldn't be teachers. My schools were great. I got put into special classes, had great on-one teaching. That's good. Felt like they really cared, but I'm in Canada and this was in a small town. I know it's different in bigger cities. Yes, we were able to do that to a certain degree. We could take kids out of class and work with them, depending on what the issues were. So yeah, that can happen, but it can't happen very easily in the bigger schools. I mean, the school I worked in, I think there was 1,300 kids in it, so it was very difficult. But we could take out small groups. I quite often worked with like groups of 3 or 4 students in them. So yeah, because I never ate lunch at school. I know my mum rang in to say I wasn't eating, but the school spun it on its head and said they were concerned and pretended that they said to contact A&E so they could report us. They wrote a statement with a bunch of lies in it. There was no trust at all. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's terrible. The thing is, Brandon, did you have one person in the school that you trusted? Was there somebody that you trusted in the school? Because I think what you'd find is the problem with your situation is if the school were genuinely worried that you weren't eating, then they have to report it. They have to. So I can't say that, what they did was wrong, because they have a care of duty. And, if they were being told that you weren't eating and you weren't having school lunches. How old were you at this time? Were you in primary or secondary? Teacher got sacked for throwing a chair. PE teacher at my old school was rumoured to push someone in a ditch. Oh my God. She was also gay and apparently only did the job to watch girls change. That's rumours though, I would say. That's just rumour. Secondary. It was what? Oh, you were 15. So you would have been at that school since you were 11, 10, 11? 11, 12? Year 7, yeah? I've forgotten now because I haven't worked there for about 4 years, 5 years maybe. So I've forgotten the ages now. 11 to 12, yeah. So if you were there from that age and you never had school dinners, did they allow you to go home at lunchtime then? I mean, how did they know you weren't eating? It's a shame because they only had a grudge in year 9 and 10, yeah, but maybe, so you'd been there 2 years then, and, maybe they had genuine worries about you, Brandon. I mean, it's very rare for a school to have a whole department of people that don't care, that's, very unusual, I would say. There's always going to be rogue teachers. There's always going to be rogue people who work in schools. But to have a whole... Okay, Shanoa, I'm wrapping up in a second. But sometimes the boys like to chat. So I'm just going to chat to the boys for a little bit longer. But thank you so much, my darling. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. Have a nice week. Yeah, see that getting back to you, Brandon, it's very difficult to for me, as somebody who's worked in the education, to believe that it's a whole group of people. I was okay till years 9. Then I didn't eat lunch on certain days if I forgot my lunch. In year 10, I didn't eat for a week at one time. Right. So did you have a diagnosed eating disorder, Brandon? And were the school informed of that? Because if they were, then they would have been keeping an eye on you, and they would have, questioned you to find out if you were actually eating. But they blamed it on my parents, despite me denying it, and it was nothing to do with them. Yes, I can see that, but the school wouldn't know that. The school wouldn't know that, darling. And the thing is, there's so many, if a child's been abused, a child could be being abused, but say that their parents aren't abusing them. Do you see what I mean? As an adult looking at that situation, I couldn't take your word for it because you are the child. Do you see what I mean? I wasn't diagnosed. I was just trying out fad diets. Okay. But were you on the learning support register? They did make up many lies in the statement though and put us through hell. Yeah, I can understand, and I'm not belittling anything that your family went through. But what I will say, as somebody that has worked in that field, that I can see it would have been very difficult for the school. They did make up. Yeah, what lies did they make up? How did I get that ring on that finger? I haven't been able to put it on that finger for ages. See, there must have been some bells ringing there. And the surgeon could see my parents were fine. We had already been referred twice before. Yeah, who referred you though? The school. If the school referred you, they would have had a reason to do it, darling. They're not just going to pick on you. Do you know what I mean? There would have been a reason for it. It's hard, because in a school you have like a care of duty. It's like with doctors or anybody who works with the public. There's a code of duty. Oh, hello, Amanda. We're just talking about schools at the moment. I've got a bunch of my boys in who haven't had a good time at school, so we're just sort of talking things through. How are you? Have you had a good week? I had a boring week. Oh. Yes, I know. It was about my sister screaming, and then it was a counsellor lying to me when she said it was confidential, and I said my parents argue. Yeah, see, it's hard. It's hard, sweetheart. I don't want to come across as not believing you. I do believe you. I believe what you've told me. But I will say, as somebody that's worked in the care industry, I can understand, that the adults, they have to look after you. Do you know what I mean? And I know that you say it from a different point of view because it was you and it was against your family and it was against your parents, and you feel as if they were attacking you. When in actual fact, what they were trying to do was protect you, because as a minor, once you're not in your family environment, or even when you are in the family environment, there are people that have to look out for you. And you just saying, no, it's fine, everything's fine, my parents know, and all the rest of it, isn't necessarily going to be taken by an adult as the right thing, you know, as the truth. Because otherwise, nobody would ever be found out. Because in cases of incest, abuse, and so many other awful things that happen to youngsters within their family unit, a lot of the time the children will not admit it's going on. So that's why it's important for you know, people to look further than that, for people to dig deeper and to get the right agencies involved. And that's what they did. Yeah, but the way it was dealt with, yeah, of course it's unacceptable to you, because you know that your parents were doing whatever they could and blah, blah, blah. But the people from the agencies, they don't know that. And at the end of the day, you're a child, and the people that that are coming from the social services, from the educational system, from, you know, any other, if you have been counselled or whatever, all those other agencies, they need to look at the family as a whole, and they can't just go by what you've said. You know, they have to investigate it. It's just a fact, sweetie. Okay, Danish. Have a lovely week. Well, that's no good. That's no good, Brandon. And the thing is, if you were saying things like that to those people, I can understand why they were sending in the agencies. You know, when I was working in schools, if a child had come up to me and said that you'd gone all day without water and did 90 minutes on a cross trainer, I would have reported it, because it's not right. So, yeah. Yeah, I think you should move on from there, my darling. But if you ever do feel that you need people to talk to, you can always come and talk here. We'll have a chat with you. You know, the other guys in here, they'll have a chat with you. And hopefully you've got people in the real world, although that's not much fun sometimes, is it? Who look out for you as well. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I've been talking too long. I'm surprised I've still got this voice. I've still got a hell of a lot of cake to eat, guys. Wish me luck. I might go live again after RuPaul's Drag Race. It all depends. All depends what I'm doing. And I might try and get a video out for you. Anyway, thanks so much for coming along. And if you wouldn't mind giving a like to this video, it does help me. And like, share, subscribe if you don't already. I'll see you next Sunday, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye for now.